Good morning. It is 6:40 a.m. on Thursday, January 23rd, 2020. I'm Christiana Ellis and I just got up. This is 5 more minutes. So I tempted hubris the other day by having a moment where I felt like, my lungs feel good and clear for the first time since having that weird respiratory whatever that was for a while. And then, of course, now they feel irritated again. Right now, they feel more like I'm allergic to something. So I don't know if I need to just do another rigorous dusting around or something else like that, but we'll see. I'm fine. I'm just, it's just one of those things, ordinary sorts of minor irritations. I am starting to look into the logistics of how my trip is going to go pick up my puppy next week. And I think my rough plan, because it's a significant drive, and I think I'm going to plan to not do the drive there and back on the same day. So what that means is Monday night, I'll probably drive out there, stay in a motel or something, and then pick up the puppy and drive back on Tuesday. That seems like the current plan. So that's kind of where I'm at right now, and I'm excited. I'm also currently without a car. Uh, don't want to overstate that. My car's just in the shop, partly because the low coolant light came on, but also just because I want to make sure that it's up for that kind of drive. And so now I'm not worried about that, except that I'm irritated that now I have to have another way to get to work today. Which, there's options. Like, I could certainly take public transportation, but that involves significant amount of walking outside and it's pretty cold. Well, or I could take an Uber, which is expensive by comparison for sure. And it's all just like, it's just easier to be able to just drive when you have your car. But that's a luxury. So certainly don't want to take it for granted. And this is a perfect case in point of why, my irritation I feel right now is an indication of, yes, see, this is what I shouldn't take for granted. Because if I didn't have a car, I'd have to do this every day. In fact, if I didn't have a car, probably an Uber would not be the option every day, just because it's expensive. So, anyway. I'm looking forward to, ahead. I did some serious pruning of the puppy name list yesterday. I've got it narrowed down to just a couple, I think. And probably, I don't know if I'm going to trim the list any more until the day. And I'm not going to get into the which ones are at the top of the list today, because the truth is, although I'm sure many of you have opinions about the name, and you are so excited to hear the name because you're excited with me. I know many of you have told me so. And so I understand that, but I think the name is probably more important to me than to anyone else by a pretty wide margin. And so I'm kind of feel like keeping it to myself until the final decision is made. I mean, I already, I kind of joked about sharing the short list that was 12 names and indicating that there might be even more the other day. But yeah, so I will say that the two prime candidates right now were both on that list. So if you want to head out to Vegas and start a betting pool, I can't stop you. But, in the meantime, I'm just kind of trying to get work done this week because, of course, next week, gonna be, heading out and getting a puppy and then puppy training, and that's a big deal. So I'm excited. It's definitely starting to feel real at this point, which, hopefully it should. But certainly, ah, that sort of thing. See, the truth is puppies are a lot of work, but in my experience, ultimately they are worth it. And so I'm having to hang on to the cuteness of the photo to tide me over until I have the actual cuteness of the puppy, to help combat those feelings of, gosh, that sounds like a lot of work. It's going to be great. I know it is. But, sometimes you have to understand those anxiety thought patterns to talk through them, to make sure that they're not trying to warn you of something you should really listen to, but also that you don't listen to them when you shouldn't. Right? So I'm going to leave it there for right now, and I'll talk to you all tomorrow for 5 more minutes.